Alright, in this video, we're going over law of cosines again, but this time it's the angles edition of the law of cosines. So before, we were solving for a missing side given an angle and two other sides. Alright, now, you can actually take the law of cosines, because this is actually the same formula. I've just rearranged it a little bit. But you can actually take the law of cosines and given only the three sides, okay, given only the three sides, you can solve for the angles. And of course you would only have to do this once, because once you got one angle, it'd be easy to find the rest of them, because then you could just use law of sines and find the rest of your angles. So you'd only have to do the complicated one once, then you could switch to the law of sines. So there's a pattern to all of these. So don't freak out thinking, I'm never going to remember the order of all them letters. Yeah, you will. It's pretty simple. You have a cosine of A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2BC. If you notice, you're trying to find the angle A, cosine of angle A, so it's minus A squared. These two are added together, minus A squared over 2 times these two. Okay, so these two come down, and they're not squared anymore, now they're multiplied. But it's the cosine of A, so this is B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2 times BC. Alright, if you look, the cosine of B follows the same formula. Cosine of B, so here's your other two, A squared plus C squared minus B squared divided by 2A times C. And of course, cosine of C is the same way. You have the other two squared added together. So the cosine of C is A squared plus B squared minus UC squared over 2AB. Alright, so now let's do a problem where we actually have to find the angles. So if you look here, we're only given the sides of this triangle. And I want to find the measure of angle A, which is right up here top. Alright, I want to find the measure of angle A, so I'm going to use the formula. The cosine of A equals, since this is A, I'm going to do B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Alright? So now the cosine of A equals, well, now we need to figure out which side is which. Well, of course, since that's angle A, this is little a, angle B, angle C, little c. Okay? So B squared is 14, so 14 squared plus C squared, which is 7 squared, minus A squared, which is 18 squared, divided by 2 times BC, so 14 times 7. Alright? Plug this into your calculator, and that will give you negative 79 over 196, which as a decimal is negative 0.403. So the cosine of A equals negative 0.403. Now we have to use, because we don't have our angle, but we know what the cosine of our angle equals. So now we're going to have to use inverse cosine of the negative 0.403, and that will give us our angle A. Plug this in, make sure you're in degree mode. Should come up with 113.8 degrees. So now that we know that this angle is 113.8 degrees, now we can go ahead and use law of sines to find angle B, then use properties of a triangle to find angle C. Alright? So, I could give you all a bunch more problems, but they all work the same. The important thing here to remember are these three formulas. If you remember these three formulas, you will always be able to get one angle, and then from there just use law of sines to find the rest of them. Alright? So, make sure you watch this video. Make sure you copy these down, please. Make sure these are in your notes. All right, look at that example, make sure you understand how to plug in the numbers. And that's pretty much it for law of cosines angles edition. See you tomorrow.